So just so you can all get comfortable. And they changed the little voiceover there. I updated my Zoom yesterday. That's always kind of it made me nervous. I don't know what it'll do for everyone else, but I think they're just going to keep making it better, making it more easy to utilize. And we're going to begin seated. And as I said, we do have, I'm going to give it another minute or so, but finding a seat that is comfortable for you, having the things you like to use around you so that you can enjoy your practice. So take a few moments to make adjustments, to situate yourself and kind of be intuitive about it. And I think that is the most important thing in our practice, is to be intuitive and to take whatever movements we have over the course of the time, to adapt them to your own style and what works for you. And so take a few moments to find a tall spine. Let the tailbone sink down into the ground. And allow the crown of the head to draw upwards towards the heavens. Let the shoulders stack over the hips. And allow the eyes to soften or close. The back of the neck lengthens as the chin comes slightly downwards and inwards, leading the ears over top of the shoulders. Creating a little bit more space for the breath to move through the throat and through the lungs, through the chest. Allow your breath to begin to evolve. With the evolution of our practice and the regularity of it, we tend to tap into the breath pretty early on. The body knows sort of what to expect. Creating a helpful habit of listening to your body, listening to your breath. Allow the breath to begin to deepen and expand. And find a slow kind of rhythm. And keep that slow, calm fluidity with you as we begin some movement. Let the arms come in front of you, the palms face each other, shoulder width and shoulder height. Fingers extend out in front of you and reach the arms up, fingertips extend towards the ceiling. Stretching, maybe you even reach a little with one hand and reach a little with the other, getting a big stretch through the sides and the ribs. Find a big inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. And continue to breathe as your hands softly land. You maybe bring the right hand behind you, fingertips press down on the ground, and assist with a lift of the spine and an openness of the chest. See if you can maintain that openness through the throat, through the torso as well. On your next inhalation, reach the arms up overhead, extend, come through center. Exhale as you bring the arms down to the left. Continue breathing. Lift yourself up and find that openness. It's more important than twisting as being open. The openness allows for the breath, and the breath encourages each posture. You're going to find this same movement once more on each side as you inhale, reach the arms up, extend, exhale, twist to the right. Breathe here for a moment or two. Maybe you even feel a little bit taller now. The shoulders relax, and perhaps you gaze over the right shoulder if that feels good. Let the head come back to center on your next inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale to the other side. Lifting, opening, and maybe gazing over the shoulder. Relax the face. The head comes back to center on your next inhale. Lift the arms up overhead. Reach and reach. Exhale, fold forward. And let your forward fold be wherever it wants to go. See if maybe you can press through the palms of the hands and stretch the tailbone down towards the ground, continuing with your breath, rounding, expanding the low back, broadening it. The chin could come deeper in towards the chest. Maybe your fingertips reach out a little bit further in front of you. Wherever you go is perfect. Be intuitive. Stretch however it feels good. Walk the hands back up towards the legs. And let the head slowly rise up. Stretch the legs out in front of you and give them some movement. I'll sort of bring the hands to the legs, rub up and down the legs, let the ankles move around, let the toes spread and point, and whatever kinds of movements, maybe some gentle movements in the hips. Also, let the legs sort of rotate this direction and that direction. Coming into a puppy pose. Take your time getting there. I always like to let the hands help the knees bend. I've really noticed a difference in how my knees feel since I've started to do that. And also since I've been working with a blanket underneath of my knees. Let the hips be over the knees, the arms extend long in front of you, and you are a frisky puppy. Press the palms down into the ground. Let the low abdomen draw back towards the spine as you lower the chest, lowering the heart down. Find your breath. Perhaps the forehead even comes to the ground. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Maybe you support the forehead either by placing a blanket or a block underneath of the forehead. That could be kind of nice also. But here's this big stretch through the ribs, through the armpits. Tabletop. Let the hands come underneath of the shoulders. Kind of spread the fingers evenly and imagine they're just sinking down into the ground. Press through the palms, round through the shoulders, engage the low abdomen. Let the toes curl underneath, opening up the bottoms of the feet, and press the hips back just slightly or as far as they want to go. My hips don't want to go back very far when the feet are open. Breathing all the while. Pull forward, neutral spine. Left foot comes down so the top of the foot presses into the ground. The right leg extends behind you. Press the right toes into the ground. Get a big stretch on the right leg. Press through the foot, through the heel, and pull forward a little bit. Come to center and lift the leg if it feels good. Raise the leg up to hip height, engaging the low abdomen. Press through the ball of the right foot and sort of turn the pinky toe inwards towards the center line of the body. Find your breath here. And lower the toes down, bend the knee, switch sides. Top of the right foot presses down into the ground as the left leg extends. Press through the toes, through the foot, and push forward and back. Engaging the leg, and allow the low abdomen to really help you as you lift the leg to hip height. Press through the ball of the foot. Feel even as though someone could place a glass of water on your low back and it would not move. Hips. Lower the toes, knee comes down. Some cats and cows to wring things out. Round through the upper back, let the chin come towards the chest and open up through the front of the body. Neutral spine. Right hand comes to the upper left corner of the mat. Left hand comes back towards the knees. This nice side stretch, kind of a puppy variation. Maybe you reach the right fingertips up a little bit more and draw the hips down. The toes could be curled under or the tops of the feet on the ground. And pull back through center and switch sides. Take your time. Left hand comes to the upper right corner of your mat. Pull the hips down towards the heels. Right hand kind of helps and assists and pushes you back a little bit as well. As you breathe into the tight spaces, creating space between each rib, creating space in the shoulder. And back to center, to puppy pose. And if it feels good, downward facing dog. So either or, maybe a little bit of both. And I encourage you to spend a few moments sort of moving around however it feels good to you, bending knees or swiveling the hips, pressing through the heels. Downward facing dog is a nice stretch through the legs and the arms, kind of a full body stretch. Puppy pose is going to give you that upper body stretch without the intensity of the pressure into the hands, into the wrists quite as much as downward facing dog does. And find your breath for another moment or two, bending the knees, straightening the legs. Press the chest down towards the thighs. Imagine it coming down towards the thighs, and make your way into a forward fold. So however you get there is fine. Coming into a forward fold in the middle of your mat. A nice deep ragdoll forward fold. Let the upper body relax, the knees find a generous bend, the arms relax. Maybe the wrists ring around a little bit, wringing the wrists or holding on to opposite elbow crease with each hand, and relax the head. Shake it yes and no. Finding your breath, bend the knees deeply and slowly roll to standing. Maybe you sway a little bit as you come upward. Some of us like that extra stretch by finding a sway like you're a weeping willow tree, shifting one direction and shifting the other, or unfurling like a fern, rolling straight upwards and When you finally get to standing, take your time. Allow the chin to stay tucked as the shoulders slowly lift towards the ears. They roll down and the head floats to the top. A Qigong stance. Take a moment to orient yourself and take a moment to sway and to lift the heel of each foot, shifting your weight from the ball of the foot to the heel. Move the wrists around a little bit as well. Maybe spread the fingers and rocking forward and back. Finally, place each foot down gently onto the ground, pressing into the feet, feeling nice and rooted. Lift up through the crown of the head. Let the arms relax. Find your breath here. You took a little journey to come to standing. Listen to the sound of your breath as we begin some gentle movements. Rise and fall. The arms come up to shoulder height, and then they lower down. The hands are like paintbrushes. Imagine them being nice and soft and having some give to the atmosphere around you. And then the arms reach up, maintain a tall spine. Maybe you find a little bend in the knees as you lower. You could find the breath going along with this movement as well. You could have an inhale as the arms come up and an exhale as they lower. Move with your own speed, your own rhythm. And we will evolve this movement momentarily and just evolve your breath to go along with it. Change the movement how you need to. The next time you raise the arms up, open the chest, let the palms face each other. Open the arms. Arms come back towards each other and lower down. Continue with that movement, raising the arms, open the chest, and back through center, lowering down. Continue at your speed. With your breath, allow there to be relaxation in the joints. Softness through the fingers. Two more times. And then we'll change things again. And I encourage you to take your time. Lifting the arms and opening them up. Next time they come to face each other, rise and fall again. Allow the arms to relax down and then rise back up. So shifting back into that original movement. Finding this flow. And once more, arms raise up and lower down. Let the arms rest at the sides of the body. Take a big inhalation and hold at the top and let it go. Sigh it out through the mouth. Move your wrists, move your ankles, and bring the hands together. Rub them, get them nice and warm. You're going to take your warmed up hands, your warmed up fingertips, and give your forehead a little smoothing. Just go ahead and sort of take the fingers to the forehead. I know my fingers didn't really get warm. It's a little cooler out this morning, which is not a problem for me. And And if you're like me and you have glasses to work with, just make your way around your glasses. Come to the temples, rub the temples a little bit. Underneath of the eyes, the bridge of the nose. Imagine you're sort of clearing out the sinuses. To the jaw, rubbing gently. We're just giving ourselves a little facial massage. Come down the outsides of the jaw to the chin, rubbing up and down. Always makes me think of cats. Really love that. And you get their chin. Well, we can like it too. Now come to the ears. I'm just doing one ear since I have my little earpiece in, and rub from the lobe of the ear, and just be intuitive. Make your way from the lobe up the ear, taking your time, going wherever it takes you. I always think of reflexology, and the ear is supposedly it's shaped like a fetus, and so there's a point on in the womb. It kind of has that shape to it, and so there's a point on the ear for each different body part, for each organ system. And so just be intuitive. You have an inner knowing. And when you find tender spaces and spots, or you find places you want to linger, allow yourself to be there for another moment. And we'll switch gears and take tapping fingers to the crown of the head, and allow yourself to tap up and down, maybe all the way to the back of the skull and back up. This is an excellent practice to have in the morning. Just doing some massaging and some tapping to get blood flow going. And it kind of leaves you in a nice mood also. Clarity of thinking, of thought. Come to the sides of the head and tapping over the ears and around. You might again find tender spaces, tender spots. And just roll with that. If it feels like you should stay there, stay. If it feels like you should go, go. Make your way to the back of the neck, tapping the back of the neck to the collarbones, under the collarbones, the top of the chest, and the sternum as well, giving yourself some nice tapping here. To the low ribs with your tapping fingers, tapping the low ribs. And whenever we make these gentle movements, we're really helping to release tight places in the fascia, and helping to move lymph around as well. That's the best way to get stuff moving, is to massage, to tap, to breathe. Breathing itself is a massage for your internal organs. You're going to raise your left hand or right hand if you're sure, and pat from the armpit down to the hip and back up, giving yourself some nice pats. Thinking of these areas of lots of lymph nodes, especially under the armpit and the hip crease as well. And to the other side, raise the arm and pat. It really doesn't matter which arm went first, just so you're aware. Coming up and down. Giving yourself some nice pats. Lower the arms, and you're going to just brush from one shoulder down to the fingertips. I like to use my sword fingers. Imagine the first two fingers are like a sword, and it's as though you're cutting away anything that's kind of risen to the surface so far in your practice, getting rid of it, clearing. And you're going to make an X across the body from one shoulder down to the hip, and the other shoulder down to the hip. You can do that a few times, brushing away, clearing, and then just brush yourself off as though you had a dust bath. You're like a chicken that had a dust bath. You can brush down the legs as far as you go, maybe bending forward, brushing back up. It's just whatever feels good. And give yourself a little pat on the hips. You can pummel the kidneys, the low back with your loose fists. It's a little pummeling action. And then come back to center to your Qigong stance and kind of bounce a couple times. Maybe you come up on the ball of each foot and let your heels pull you down. That feels good. Back to center. Your Qigong stance, feet pressing into the ground, crown of the head drawing upward. Let the eyes close. Allow your breath to do what it does, and just notice all of the sensation in the body, all of the movements, and be excited about that. Bear emerges. Let the arms come into cactus arms. Maybe walk the feet a little ways away from each other, and then turn your hands into fists, little bear paws. Open up the chest on the inhale. On the exhale, round forward. Forearms come towards each other, elbows into the abdomen. Take your time. Move with your breath. Let yourself emerge. Stretch the front of the body and the back of the body. Maybe you look up when you do this. Maybe you keep the chin tucked. You might find a deeper bend into the knee when you come forward, rounding. 2 more times, emerging your bear. And once you emerge once more and round forward, you're going to finish on the open arms to star. Let the fingers come out to the walls alongside of you. Maybe widen your stance even a little more. Take a big inhale and let it go as the arms lower down. Warrior 2. Right toes face forward, left toes turn in slightly, and widen your stance. Take a moment, bring the hands to the hips, sort of bend into the front knee and straighten it. See if you can correct the hips so that they're sort of on the same plane, and then sink into the front leg. Let the back heel press down into the ground. Let the hands come to the center of the chest. The thumb knuckles press against the sternum. And if it feels good, you could extend the palms facing up, the arms out to the sides. Maybe the gaze goes over the right fingertips. Maybe the palms face down and the fingers extend. Whatever feels right to you, take a big inhale and let it go. Let the arms come down, straighten the front leg. And a reverse triangle. Left hand comes down to the left leg, right arm, palm faces up. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Let the gaze be low. Look down at the left foot. Big stretch through the neck. Big stretch through the right side of the body. Lift your fingers up to lower the arm back down and come through center to the other side. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out, hands to the hips. Widen your stance. Sometimes, or bring it in closer, adjust it. That's the word I was looking for. And see if your knees can point over the toes. Imagine that they do as you bend into the front leg and straighten it, getting a pretty big stretch and working through these larger muscles. See if you can imagine the hips being on the same plane, and finally settle down into that front leg, but still pressing through the back leg. Hands can come to heart center and stay there. Or maybe the arms extend and the palms face up or the palms face down, fingertips to the sides, gaze going over the left fingertips. Find your breath. Lower the arms, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. Right hand down the right leg, left palm faces up, and reach the fingertips up. Let the gaze go down to the right foot. As you stretch, lift the fingertips up to lift you up and come back down with the arm, all 10 toes. Face forward, walk the feet in towards each other, and then give yourself a little movement, a little bit of a funky dance. And reestablish your Qigong stance, swimming in water. One arm comes out and around, and the other arm follows suit. So you're shifting, maybe you're bending into one knee and bending into the other. This movement has a very nice flow to it. Very simple, relax the shoulders and just allow the movement to move you. And the hands are nice and soft. And this makes me think of seeing polar bears swim. Sometimes videos I've never seen, well, I've seen one swim in person at the zoo, but watching the polar bear swim through the water, and their fur looks so white, so crisp. Their movements seem so graceful, moving through water, swimming. Letting the arms move. And bring the hands to the dantian and allow yourself to find stillness for a moment. Rest the hands on the center of gravity, center of energy. Find your breath. On your next inhale, let the hands expand the dantian, sort of expanding your center of energy. As you exhale, bring them closer to the body. So it's like you're expanding on each inhale and you're condensing on the exhale. And we often feel as though we're sort of isolated in our bodies or in our minds, but in reality, everything is connected. Energy is constantly moving in our kind of solid form. It just has a different vibration. And allow yourself to expand and condense, sort of find this pulsation. Reaching out and touching the world around you and bringing information back into the body. Once more, you're going to open and bring the hands back in. Turn the palms to face up. Come up to the heart with the palms up, and then turn the palms to face down. Press down. Maybe you widen your stance a little bit. You could find a squat as you press down and lift back up, straightening the legs, really working with your rocket boosters, your muscles of the glutes and all the associations around them, the hip flexors, strengthening the legs, and allow the pelvic floor to lift as well, helping you to feel secure, lifted. We're going to evolve this movement into parting the clouds. Let the hands come up to the heart. Turn the palms to face up and part the clouds, lowering back down. Bring the hands up in front. Turn them and part the clouds. Imagine there's sort of energy moving up through the bottom of each foot, and it's like a geyser coming up through the legs, up through the torso, and out through the crown of the head. You can look up if it feels good, or maybe it's better to just look forward to find a place to gaze that isn't moving. parting the clouds. And it's sort of as though you've been kind of creating this little egg shape around you as you were expanding from the dantian, and now you're kind of expanding around the all the way up to the crown of the head and out around you. It's kind of like you're placing yourself in a little egg. Your Wei Qi, this interface with the world around you. It's also called protective Qi. But protective doesn't mean isolated. Protected means communicating efficiently and effectively with the world around you. One more time, and bring the hands up and press out. And I invite you to widen your stance, not quite as far as with Warrior Two, but we're going to turn the right or the left toes in, the right toes out. Reach the arms out in front of you, face the right, and embrace lightning. Bring the left arm across the body and open it up. Lower the arms. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out. Turn your upper body to face the left. Reach the arms up, palms face each other, and embrace lightning. Draw the right arm across through the chest and lower the arms down. Again, through center. Take your time getting there. This is not a one breath per movement type of experience. Extend the arms, open up, embrace lightning, lower the arms down, and continue turning the foot in and turning the foot out, maybe adjusting the ribs to face right over the leg. Open up and lower down. This can be done with the feet stationary. You can continue to move the feet if you like, if that feels like fun to you, or you can find a stationary variation. With the legs, allow just the upper body to make these movements. Embracing lightning. And you can change your mind whenever you like. And embrace your lightning on each side once more. And lower the arms down, walk the feet closer towards each other, and bring the hands in front of the heart. Let the palms face each other, holding the ball. On your next inhale, let the palms open up. Exhale, allow the palms to come towards each other. And this movement, sort of expanding the heart and then condensing. Again, finding that rhythm with the world around you. We're going to find prayer wheel. Open the hands and then close them. Let the palms face each other, but turn your body towards the right and take a moment to adjust your feet. Find a comfortable stance to sort of bend into the front leg and bend into the back leg. And as you continue, you can extend the arms out in front of you and draw them back up the front of the body. See if you can keep a tall spine as you find your prayer wheel. The palms continue to face each other. There are acupressure points in the palm of each hand called the Lao Gong. And they're part of the meridian, a little channel of energy associated with the heart protector, the pericardium. And again, this idea of protection, not being holding yourself away from other people or building any type of a structure around yourself to prevent interactions, but to allow for wholesome, nutritious interactions and communication. moving as slowly as you would like through this prayer wheel. Two more times. Take your time, and when you finish, bring the hands to face each other at the heart again. Turn all 10 toes to face forward, and shoulders relax as you open and close. Find that movement again. Open and close. Maybe once more, since 3 is the magical number. And turn to find prayer wheel towards the left. Take your time again. Take your time finding this engagement through the low abdomen, finding alignment through the spine, and then finally begin to extend the arms away and draw them back in. Softening the breath, softening the body. Let slower be better in this moment. Two more times. Nice and slow, and take your time. Allow the fingers to sort of move softly against the atmosphere around you, and bring the hands back to the space in front of the heart. Turn to face forward. 3 times. Open and close. Open, close, open, and close. The palms face the body and round like you're holding a big beach ball. We're going to wash the barrels with both hands. Let the arms come up, fingers point up towards the sky, and then they lower down and the fingers point towards the toes. Again, see if you can feel nice and tall. You might find a bend in the knee. That bend in the knee is strengthening for the legs. And also the idea is that having a little bit of softness, a little bit of a bend through the limbs allows the chi to move more freely. It allows you to engage through the bottoms of the feet a bit more and to strengthen through the center of the body a bit more. And one more wash of the barrels. Reach the arms up and lower them back down. We're going to bring down the heavens to finish our standing practice. Reach up and lower down. See if you can move with your breath, expanding on the inhale and exhale, pressing the hands down. This movement is very grounding. It's very balancing for the yin aspects, the nurturing, nourishing, supportive, and the yang, the expressive and expansive, sort of balancing the excitement of a summer day with the nourishment and support of within ourselves, but that we can find in the earth around us. If you ever feel a little bit too hot or too excited, maybe go out into your yard or into a park and just have a seat under a tree. Allow the eyes to close and just breathe. Once more. Reach the arms up and lower them down. Give some movements to the wrists and the ankles. Sort of find your funky dance. Maybe even give a little flick to the feet and the hands, like you're just letting go of any excess energy, anything that's a little excess, letting it go. Give yourself a little bounce, a little shake, and then make your way to the top of your mat. We're going to have a nice slow sun salutation to lower us back to the ground. Mountain pose. Feet hip width distance, palms facing out, fingers extend down towards the ground. Find your breath and find a place to gaze for a moment, feeling nice and tall. On your next inhale, reach the arms overhead slowly. Exhale, fold all the way down through center. Bend the knees deeply. See if you can find a halfway lifted spine. Hands could come to the shins or the thighs, shoulders away from the ears. And bring the hands back down to the ground, tabletop. Take your time getting there. All the way down to the belly. I like to come onto my forearms and kind of stretch the legs back and the hips come back. Crocodile pose. Let the elbows come out to the sides, the palms stack, and the forehead rests on the back of the hands. And kind of move yourself around, get yourself comfortable for a moment. Allowing yourself to rest the front of the body on the ground, which is such an interesting experience after sitting and standing and so many other points of contact that you've already had. Let the knees bend and windshield wipe the legs from side to side, massaging the thighs and releasing the low back. Maybe you make some circles with the ankles and move the feet however they'd like to move as well. You're going to find a few baby cobras, and your baby cobras can grow up if they want to. Have a little nest of baby cobras. Let the tops of the feet come down. Let the toes come towards each other, and big toes to touch, and the hands underneath of the shoulders, elbows into the ribs. Allow the chin to come towards the chest, and then begin to lift yourself up through the chest. Press through the fingers and the palms and sort of draw the hands down towards the ribs. Lifting and lowering. Be willing to lift and to lower. Maybe you bring a cheek to the ground or the forehead to the ground, and then you lift again with your little nest of baby cobras. Maybe you lift a little bit more. Maybe your baby cobras start to grow up a little, lifting and lowering. Shoulders away from the ears. Strengthening the back of the body. Opening the front of the body. And finally, find your last of your nest of baby cobras, and you can make a note of how many baby cobras were in your nest and their characteristics and qualities. And then curl the toes under, child's pose. Press the hips up and back. Let the big toes come together to touch, and maybe you let the knees be wide with the ribs nesting atop the thighs or the arms extended in front of you. Or maybe the knees come towards each other to touch and the arms extend behind you with the palms facing up. That can be very relaxing on the shoulders. See if the forehead can rest on the ground, and utilize whatever kinds of props you have to help you feel more comfortable in this type of position. If you have a pillow or a bolster, you might even drape yourself over that for a supported child's pose. But let the arms relax, let the forehead relax, and if you're able to, maybe rock the forehead on the mat a little bit, side to side, rocking the head. Let the jaw relax. And breathe into the back of the body, broadening the low back. And slowly bring yourself up to a seat. You're going to find your way onto your back, drawing the knees in towards the chest. So take your time getting there. However you like to arrive in that posture. Be mindful of the way you move your body. Transitions are very much part of it. They're very important. And there's no real right or wrong way to do anything. It's really just whatever works best for you, whatever helps you achieve balance. Rock a little from side to side with the knees drawn in once you make your way to your back. And let the shoulders relax. Make some circles with the knees. They could go in the same direction or in opposite directions. Massaging the abdomen. And then change directions, change your opposite directions or your same directions, you know. I feel confident saying that, knowing that you know what I need. And laugh, because life is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be fun. And finally, bring the feet down to the ground. Just a gentle twist from side to side. Maybe you have the hands resting on the abdomen, the feet mat width, both knees fall to one direction. That's definitely been my favorite one for quite some time. But if there's another twist that you like better, maybe you even like to cross the legs and have them move over to one side. That would be a bigger stretch to the hip. Whatever you like to do. Come through center and let the knees fall over to the other side. And back through center. Making any other movements that feel appropriate before heading into Shavasana, into your final relaxation. It could be a bridge lift, or maybe you give your knees a hug again. Maybe you find dead bug or happy baby. And it's just nice to have that freedom of movement, that thinking about, okay, what would feel really good for me right now as I make my way into this final relaxation posture. And then also deciding how you can be most comfortable in final relaxation. Is it with a blanket underneath of the head and shoulders? Do you like a bolster under the knees or a pillow under the knees? Maybe you have a chair and you like to place the calves on the chair to rest. And so make your way now into your final relaxation posture. And allow yourself to become comfortable. If you're wearing glasses, remove them and set them off to the side so that your nervous system doesn't register them as, yes, it's time to think. Just allow yourself to relax. Move the body around like a bowl of Jell-O. And then maybe even flop the arms or the feet a little bit down onto the ground. And take a big inhalation through the nose. Release it through the mouth. Have a sigh. Allow the breathing to relax, to become natural. Let the eyes soften and close. Allow the jaw to relax. And as you rest here, relaxation sort of comes in waves. Observe the body and allow areas of tension to release. And bring your awareness to the abdomen, somewhere in the center of the body, wherever you place it. Imagine a little light within you. It's warm and inviting and kind, and any color you would like it to be. And with each inhalation, it expands and brightens. And with each exhale, it condenses and strengthens. And as you breathe, as it expands and condenses, it begins to fill your body. It fills the torso. It moves down into the legs, all the way to the toes and up through the shoulders to the fingertips, all the way into the face and the neck, the crown of the head. And you're completely filled with this beautiful, warm light, growing, expanding, and condensing all the while. And as you breathe, that light expands outside of your body. It expands into the world around you. And it's not limited by time or space, by matter. It just expands, and it can touch anything throughout the universe, throughout the cosmos, throughout time. Feeling expansive. And then drawing it back in, bringing your awareness of this light back into your body, into the center of the body, somewhere, wherever it originated. Imagining this little light within you that's able to expand. This gift you carry within you that is part of everything else. And breathe here for a few moments, feeling filled and warm, feeling purposeful. Bring your hands to rest somewhere on your body that gives you a sense of ease and peace. And allow your breath to expand. And make some movements in the fingers and the toes, maybe wringing the wrists and the ankles, listening to those familiar cracks and creaks. Have a full body stretch and And removing any supports from underneath of you, carefully roll over to your side and be there for a moment with the head resting on the arm. Feeling grateful for taking time with your body and your mind and your spirit. And press yourself slowly into a seat. And shift a little when you get there to feel nice and balanced. As the tailbone sinks and roots into the ground and the crown of the head draws upwards. And let the arms come out to the sides, the fingers touch the ground alongside of you. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, let the palms come together. Exhale the thumb knuckles to the forehead, continuing to breathe. Your thoughts calm, confident, and compassionate. And draw a line down to the heart. Offer kindness to yourself and allow it to be part of each interaction. Namaste. Thank you all for coming to your practice this morning, and I'll hit the stop record button. Oops.